In plenty of time for Christmas, VeggieTales will release a new DVD called The Best Christmas Gift. 17 brand new episodes will follow. The question is, where have the VeggieTales been?
Phil Vischer is the creator of the groundbreaking children's series VeggieTales, which has sold over 65 million copies. He's releasing 18 new episodes this fall, starting with The Best Christmas Gift.
God is with us, here in the tough times and here to end the tough times.
Phil has also written the Laugh and Learn Bible for kids, teaching them God's plan and helping them find their own place in it.
Please welcome back to the 700 Club, Phil Vischer. Phil, God bless you. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
You were just 25 years old when you created VeggieTales. Did you ever dream you would see 65 million copies?
No. No. My goal was to make a show and see if I could sell just enough to be able to make another show.
Wow.
That's really all I wanted to do. I grew up in Sunday school, and I grew up playing with computers, and I grew up playing with filmmaking and animation, and I was trying to figure out, do all these fit together in any way? You know, what I learned in Sunday school, my grandfather was a radio preacher, so I had this background of ministry, and I loved animation, and I didn't see people in ministry doing animation. I thought, can you do this for God in some way? And it was, you know, watching MTV in high school and thinking, the technology is so cool and the storytelling is so cool, but the values are not Sunday school values. Can I put Sunday school values into the same technology? And that's what led to VeggieTales.
Well, after years of success and 65 million copies, in 2003, you lost everything. What happened?
Yeah, when you have a lot of success at a very young age, you often don't have the wisdom to manage the success. And I decided that, you know, since God was blessing my efforts, he would just keep blessing whatever I did. Like I was the anointed one, and I was going to save the world's children from Hollywood. And so I wanted to be Walt Disney. So I grew too fast. I launched too many projects, tried to do too many things too fast, put myself in the...
One of your distributors sued?
Yes, and then there was a lawsuit with the distributor. I mean, I put myself in the hospital. I was working so hard, so it really wasn't a good situation. So what I thought initially was that God would show up and make this work no matter what. I realized God was standing back and letting it fall apart to save me from myself.
How did you cope?
I started reading the Bible and praying. I wasn't unhappy with God. I was unhappy with my theology. Clearly, I believed that my work was more important to God than I was.
Wow.
And I realized that God was stepping in to say, no, you are more important to me than what you could ever do for me. So I will let what you're doing for me fall apart to save you from yourself so that you can put your faith in just me.
Wow, that'll preach right there, just that. Okay, well, your story does have a happy ending, and that's why you're back here. Tell us how you were able to create the 18 brand new episodes of VeggieTales.
Well, you know the very last scene of Raiders of the Lost Ark, when the Ark of the Covenant is put in a box and it's put in a big government warehouse never to be seen again? That's kind of where I thought Bob and Larry had gone. They'd gone
poor Bob and Larry.
In a box in a government warehouse, never to be seen again. They're now owned by Universal. NBC Universal owns the company that owns VeggieTales, and the Trinity Broadcast Network reached out to Universal and said, could we do something with VeggieTales? You're not doing anything with VeggieTales. Can we work together on something? And they agreed, and so both of them reached out to me then and said, would you help us make some new VeggieTales episodes that feel like the original VeggieTales from way back when you started?
So now you're a consultant on VeggieTales.
And which is fine with me. I mean, it's, you know, I lamented losing control of them, and I was really beating myself up about losing control of the veggies. And then God said to me one day while I was praying, do you really think you were ever in control?
Wow.
And I realized, of course not. So I don't need to be in control of something for God to use it. And I've been able to bring my creativity back to VeggieTales, even while it's owned by NBC Universal, and even while the new shows are being funded by TBN, they recognize that, well, you're the guy that made this special in the first place. We want you to come back and make it special again.
Well, talk about The Best Christmas Gift. That's the new one that's coming out this month, right?
It is, yeah. So the first thing we did was a new Christmas special. I was struck after the Sandy Hook shootings. The Sandy Hook shootings happened 2 weeks before Christmas. And a lot of people after those shootings, they took down their Christmas decorations because they said, how can we celebrate at a time like this.
Right.
And I wrote a piece at the time where I said, well, this is exactly when we need to celebrate Christmas, because Christmas is about God entering into the evil to make it right. This is the promise of a new heaven and a new earth where everything has been made right. So when something bad happens is exactly when we want to celebrate Christmas the most. And that's what this VeggieTales story is about for kids, not dealing with things that bad, but, you know, kid-sized bad things. How can we celebrate Christmas when we're having a bad day, when we're, you know, your parent just lost their job, people are being mean to you at school? How can we celebrate Christmas? That's exactly when we want to celebrate Christmas, because Christmas is about God entering our story to take the bad away.
I love that. God entering our story. Well, you've also written a children's Bible, and this thing is big. Right here. Oh, it's not big. Well, it's heavy.
It's heavy. It's hefty.
Laugh and Learn Bible for Kids, and it is so beautifully illustrated. Tell us what's cool about this?
Yeah. Often in Sunday school, we give kids snapshots from the Bible. So you get Noah's Ark, and then you get Abraham, and then you get Jesus. And what you don't get is, how does this all fit together to tell one big story? Right. And that's what kids need. Kids want to be a part of a big story. It's why they attach to Star Wars or the Avengers or Harry Potter. They want to feel like the world has a big story and that they can be a part of it. Right. And when we turn the Bible into just tips for being a better kid or having a better marriage or a book of rules, which is even less appealing for young kids, they don't see themselves in the story. So this is 52 Bible stories, starting from Genesis, going all the way through Revelation, to give kids the big picture of the Bible so they can see it's actually a story. It's the story of God and what He's done for us, and then they can find their own place in that story. They can be a part of it, and that's what brings their faith to life.
And this would be a great Christmas gift, too, just saying. And it's out, right?
It's out right now. It came out last month.
Okay, it's out for Christmas. Well, Phil, God bless you. Thank you so much. This is very exciting.
You're welcome.
For many people I know or just can't wait to get it. The Best Christmas Gift DVD will be released on October 22nd, not long from now. To find out how to get a copy of the Laugh and Learn Bible for Kids, you can go to cbn.com.